All right, it's time to find out how to find the least common multiple and greatest common factor using prime factorization. I want to show you how to do each one of them, and I want to show you how they are different from each other. Okay, let's begin. Let's start with what you know. You know how to find the GCF and the LCM using lists. So we're going to use lists for each of them. First, we'll do the greatest common factor. Our example numbers will be 70 and 50. So I'm looking for the greatest common factor of 70 and 50. I will start by finding the factor lists for 70. 1 and 70. 2 and 35. 3 doesn't work. 4 doesn't work. 5 works. 5 and 14. 6 doesn't work. 7 works. 7 times 10. 8 doesn't work. 9 doesn't work. Next number is 10. We're done with 70. Now I will find the factor list for 50. 1 times 50. 2 times 25. 3 doesn't work, 4 doesn't work, 5 works. 5 times 10. 6 doesn't work, 7 doesn't work, 8 doesn't work, 9 doesn't work. Okay, that's the factor list for 50. Now we need to find the common factor. The greatest common factor is 10. That's the highest number. It also has 5. It also has 2. But the greatest of those is 10. That is the greatest common factor. Okay, now we'll do the same idea, but this time we're finding least common multiple. So I will do the multiples, and I'm going to go back and forth, back and forth. Whenever which one is behind, that one goes next. So 50 times 1 is 50. 70 times 1 is 70. 50 is behind. 50 times 2 is 100. Now that's ahead, so we'll go to 70. 70 times 2 is 140. Now I'll switch to the other one, 150. Make that a little cleaner for you. 150. 210. Now this is way behind, so 200. 250. Now that's ahead, so 280. This is ahead, so 300. Now we'll go to the other one, 350. Now that's ahead, so I'll go over here, 350, and we found it. The least common multiple is 350. It is the first number that we ran into that would be a multiple of each number. Therefore, it is the least common multiple because it was the first one going from smaller to greater. All right. Now, I want to show you how to do the same thing using 50 and 70, but now we're going to use prime factorizations. We will still get 10 for the GCF and 350 for the least common multiple. So let me show you. First step. Let's find the prime factorizations. 50 is 5 times 10. 5 is prime. 10 is 2 times 5. So this is 2 times 5 times 5. 70 is 7 times 10. 7 is prime. 10 is 2 times 5. So this is 2 times 5 times 7. Okay, now we will find the GCF. For the GCF, we want to know the common things. So in common, they have a 2 and they have a 5. And for GCF, all we have to do is multiply. 2 times 5 is 10, and the greatest common factor is 10. Just that easy. Next, we'll find the least common multiple. For the least common multiple, we actually don't want the common things. We want the uncommon things. Remember, multiples are multiplied. Multiples are bigger than the original numbers. So I need to take 50 and multiply it by something, or alternatively, I need to take 70 and multiply it by something. So the thing you actually multiply by is the uncommon number. The uncommon number is what has not been multiplied to create that number. This 70 has a 2, a 5, and a 7. It doesn't have a second 5. So we'll do 5 times 70. 5 times 70 is 350, and that is the least common multiple, the same number we got before. But you say, Mr. Zengerle, we only did that way. Well, okay, I'll do it the other way. The uncommon number on this side is 7. That 7 comes from the 70, so we don't want to multiply it by the 70. We want to multiply that by the 50. It's crisscross. And what is 7 times 50? Well, it's 350, and you get the exact same answer. So, to review. First, for greatest common factor, find the prime factorization of each number. Find what they have in common, and multiply what they have in common to find the GCF. Here, I found the prime factorization of 50. I found the prime factorization of 70. I found they had 2 and 5 in common. I multiplied 2 times 5, got 10. That's the GCF. Least common multiple. Find the prime factorization of each number. Find what they have in common. Multiply by what is uncommon by the other number to find the least common multiple. So I found the prime factorization of each number. I found the uncommon thing and multiplied it by the other number. The uncommon thing and multiplied it by the other number. And that's how you find it. We obviously need another one for practice. All right, so here's our second example. Our numbers are 60 and 135. I will find the prime factorization. 60 is 6 times 10. 6 is 2 times 3. 10 is 2 times 5. This would be 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. There's its prime factorization. Now I will do 135. I'm going to use factor ladder for this. 2 doesn't work. 3 works. 3 goes into 13 3 times with 4 left over. Nope, that won't work. Must go in 4 times, because 4 is bigger than 3. 4 times with 1 left over goes in 5 times. 15 divided by 3. 3 still works. 3 goes into that once. 3 goes into that 5 times. 3 must go in again. 3 goes into this 5 times. 5 is a prime number, so that's 3 times 3 times 3 times 5. There is its prime factorization. I'll just show that it's correct. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 times 5 is 135. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 5 is 60. Okay, let's find the GCF. I need to multiply what is common. So I have a 3 and a 5, a 3 and a 5. 3 times 5 is 15. GCF, done. Now I'll find the least common multiple. What is uncommon here is 2 times 2. So I will multiply that by 135, which would be 4 times 135. That would be 400 plus 120 is 520 plus 20 is 540 is the least common multiple. Or I could do it the other way. So I would do what's uncommon here is 3 times 3, which is 9. 9 times 60 is 540. Same answer. You don't have to do it both ways. You can do it one way or the other. You'll get the same answer either way. What you do is crisscross. You take the uncommon, multiply it by the other number. 2 times 2 times 135. Or 3 times 3 times 60. Okay. Ask any questions from your teacher if you have.